go home and I can't sleep.
I'd like to welcome you. My name is Mrs. Corbett. I'm the principal here at Lafayette. And I'm going to turn the mic over to my friend Kylie.
Please rise to the pledge of allegiance.
I want you to all put on your Lafayette best manners. Fourth graders as well. Fifth graders. I'd like to welcome all our friends and family members that are here to support the students. It's wonderful to see so many people here because it means so very much to them. And I do appreciate that you're here showing support. Before we get started, I just wanted to make sure that you're all aware of the exits in case there's an emergency. Behind me, obviously we all can't sit that way. Some of the exit doors, and if you go out and go to the right, you can go out that way as well. Hopefully we won't need it, but there was 1 year that there was a fire drill, I understand, so we need to be prepared. Pretty much this whole graduation ceremony will be run by our two dear officers, Officer Kip Goodman and Claire. I'd just like to read the daily quote that was in our bulletin today because it was so appropriate, and Mrs. Christopher didn't even think about this when she put it in there. The quote was, and I'm sure many of you have heard this, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing it ever has." And not only do I thoroughly believe that our students at Lafayette will change the world in a positive way because they are such wonderful students, but it's a small group like our dear officers that have touched so many thousands of students around the United States of America, and we are very fortunate to have what I think, as a former 5th grade teacher and have been with other dear officers in my classroom, I feel Lafayette has two of the very best, and so we are very fortunate that they are a part of our school system. With being said, I am going to turn this over to Investigator Kip Goodman.
Thank you. Said so many nice things, I'm starting to blush. I'd like to welcome everybody to this event you might have their graduation. It's always nice to get together and celebrate the hard work and commitment to say no to drugs that these young people have made. So again, I'd like to welcome everybody, and I'd also like to start by introducing one by one our guest speakers. And for those of you who have a program in front of you, you'll see that our first guest speaker today is Sheriff Dunlap.
First I want to thank...
Can you be better with this? Or do you get the microphone?
Oh, all right. Well, I certainly want to congratulate all the students here. It's a tremendous effort to walk with it. And this is probably one of the biggest classes I believe we've had, isn't it, Officer Whitman? Right. And it's certainly a special class because normally we never have every student complete this class. Usually we have some that don't meet some of the criteria, that get their workbooks done, and so we don't always have 100% graduation, but this is the first time, I think, in the history, isn't it? So again, I certainly want to pay a special tribute and say thank you to each one, every one of you. Now, I guess I get a couple of questions. Is Officer Goodman a good instructor or not? All right, so you want to keep him around a while, is that right? Okay. One other thing, again, just a couple of quick things here. What did you learn during this day? Raise your hand. Can you tell me a couple of things you learned? Yeah, what did you learn? What's that?
Stress.
Very good. What did you learn? Not to do drugs. That's very good. Yes, young lady. And you? Very good. How about over here? We got some people? One or two? Yes, young man. Peer pressure. You? this point, and don't ever lose it. Continue on and don't let people peer pressure you, because you're going into another era, another time period, going up another grade, and it gets a little harder. But you know you can do it. Now, what's another thing that's very important, I guess, learning? Did anybody learn about keeping your word? About what you say, what you do, and what you mean? Do you agree with that? If you give somebody a promise, does that mean you would do it? Right, I mean, I think you would. Which brings me to one thing. Officer Goodman has a short memory. Now, he's a good dare officer, but he's got a very short memory sometimes. And the reason I say that is because back 4 years ago, we went to a dare, Riley's dare graduation. And again, Officer Goodman, we kind of put him on the spot, and I said, you know, he would shave his head if everybody, you know, did a good job and so on. Of course, Officer Goodman, you know, being the fellow he is, he says, no way, we're not going to do that now. But, Sheriff, if we ever had a graduating class that completely graduated, I'll have my head shaved. Now, see? Now, he told me this. Now, I am the gentleman's law.
You get to see that?
Now, Officer Goodman has to set a good example. Wouldn't you agree? Good officer, good. So would you take care of his duty for us, sir? Let him right down here and do
I also told us to say no.
That's right. This is where you just don't say no. This is where you say I'm positive. This is an unexpected presentation for Officer Goodman. This is showing how serious the teacher is.
Is it too late to ask for a reprieve?
You can get a picture of this one.
All right, we're here for this case. Should we do it or not?
Free haircut. I know. Free haircut. Look at that. I might be in your way, Nancy. You see? I just gotta find myself.
Youth Officer John Clear doesn't have enough hair to shave off, so we're not going to honor poor John. Besides that, he didn't make that promise. All right, pretty fine there, Mr. Garber. All right. All right, again, I just want to say a very sincere thank you for the hard work and congratulate each and every one of you. I certainly appreciate that 100% graduation that got this officer looking like this. So, thank you very, very much. Okay, very quickly. First of all, Mr. Commissioner, I feel your pain. Secondly, I just want to say that I've also taught all of you to choose your friends wisely. Okay, I just want to point out, a few minutes ago, Officer Clear and Mr. O'Brien and the sheriff are my friends. Don't go get into my head. Yeah, see you sitting in the park, Sheriff. Okay, we got to keep this program moving. Thank you very much there, Erica. Our next guest speaker who's with us today, Senior Corrections Counselor at the Willard Drug Treatment Center. I invite everybody to give a nice warm welcome to this Gail O'Shea.
Hello, my name is Gail O'Shea. I work at Willard Drug Treatment Campus, which is not too far from here, about 20 miles. Willard Drug Treatment Campus, you can think about it as an intensive drug program inside a prison. We have young men and women there from age 17 on up. The women and men there have one thing in common. They're drug dependent. They use drugs. They became addicted. Now they're in prison. These men and women come from the cities. They come from small towns like Geneva, Waterloo. They come from rich families. They come from poor families. These men and women, some attended college and some drop out of school and junior high. Some have reading and writing level of a third grader. And some have college degrees. When you use drugs, and you continue to use drugs and abuse drugs, the same thing will happen. You get drug dependent. You get drug addicted, and then there's consequences. The men and women that I work with all started out the same way. They were once fifth graders. They start out smoking cigarettes, smoking marijuana, drinking alcohol, thinking this is no big deal. Nothing will happen to me. It's only alcohol, it's only cigarettes, it's only marijuana. But they were wrong. And now they sit in a prison cell. You saw the officer's head being shaved. That's the first thing that happens when you enter Willard. The men get their head shaved. All the males get their head shaved. The women get their hair cut 1 inch in length all over their head. They wear a green uniform. It's not a pleasant time. It's not a pleasant time at Willard. We teach them from 5:30 in the morning to 9 o'clock at night. They're in programs all day long. We talk about drugs and recovery. They go to school, they learn a lot of different things there. I asked a group last night, I told them I was coming here to speak with you, and I said, if you had one thing to say to the fifth graders that went to this program, what would you say? And of course, the response was, tell them don't use drugs. Don't drink, don't use drugs. Their lives have been disrupted. They've hurt themselves, they've hurt their families, and now they're behind walls.
Seeger is certainly no stranger to the Sheriff's Department. He's been going around and talking to their graduates at other schools. And I would like to introduce our District Attorney, Richard Swinehart. Mr. Swinehart, just so you know, a lot of people wonder what a District Attorney is or what they do. And a lot of times we go to his office and we try to find out exactly what it is he does. His office works very closely with our office, and one of the responsibilities Mr. Swinehart has is to prosecute. Okay, it's his job to prove that somebody had used drugs, and then we can send them off to jail, to prisons, or to a treatment center. But again, he helps convict people who have used drugs. So I'd like everybody to give a warm welcome to Mr. Swinehart. I'd like to introduce a gentleman that's, I hope most of you, when you've gone to the senior high school, have positive communications with. I guess, for lack of better terms. I'd like everybody to welcome Mr. Michael Richter. He's the Waterville High School principal.
We're now going to move into the awards part of our ceremony. Students that completed the AIR program are required to complete certain projects. They get workbooks that if they haven't been brought home already, will be coming home soon. We encourage parents to take a look and see what their children are doing. One of the requirements is every student has to write an essay. And we all know fifth graders all love to write essays, right? They did a great job on it. We really enjoyed it. And instead of us standing up here and telling you about the AIR program, we thought it's more applicable to have the students who actually took the program tell you something about it. So we had a random contest where we picked one essay from each class. And I have to say, we picked a winner from each class because every one of these boys and girls was winners. Every one of them did what they had to do. But we tried to do is pick from each class something that represented some of what we've been learning about. So, we'll start off with, this is the Madison class, which is Ariel Polk. Our next essay is from Mr. Nightingale's class with Mr. Tyler Down and Dr. There he is.
While I'm there, I had fun learning about the dangers of new drugs and all of the things that I've been around for years that people have been using. I have learned how to say no. It is good, but there is power in numbers. Finding a good group of friends that do not try to encourage me with drugs and alcohol would help me to remain drug-free. Also from there, I have been able to have fun with police officers, and I get that they are good people to come into my school and teach the whole fifth grade about the bad things that drugs and alcohol can do to me if I use them. I have been given ideas to how to deal with peer pressure. Then that may happen when I get older. I have learned the different drugs look like and to be aware that people use drugs such as stress or self-esteem, and to impress peers, I have learned that I should always talk to an adult or someone in my life that I can help me if I encourage to use drugs. Most of all, while there, I was able to learn that you can have fun in so many ways. There is no need to use drugs or alcohol.
Also, many students, part of their requirement is to do a school project. And what we've done each year is have students make posters so that we can decorate the gymnasium for the day of graduation. And I encourage everyone to take the time to take a look at them afterwards. They spend an awful lot of time and put an awful lot of work into these. And as you can tell, we have a lot of talented students here. We also judge the posters, recognize certain posters. Some students express themselves better in pictures than they do with words. So we try to keep everything fair and equal. We do have poster winners from each classroom. Unlike our essay winners, the poster winners do not know who they are. They're finding out right now for the first time. I have to come back to the master list. I'd like to start it off from Mrs. Bogey's room, Emily Jones.
Okay, for Mrs. DeMattis' class, Ann Clay. From Ms. Morabito's room, Ben Beckley. From Mrs. Mall's room, Mark Mitchell. From Mr. Nightingale's class, Chance Lauer.
From Mr. Wooster's room, Josh Silva. And from Boise City, Chad Wiggin, please come up.
The next, I might add too that a lot of these winners was with the posters. We found out too this morning. The way we do this is the students get a number. So when we pick a number, we don't know who the student is until we talk to the teacher. Our last part of our awards is we have an award called the Self-Esteem Award. And this is, we spend a whole lesson on self-esteem in the DARE program and talk about the importance of helping others and helping ourselves and keeping our self-esteem high. Keeping the self-esteem of those around us high is a good way to avoid temptations for drug abuse and other illegal activity. What we ask the teachers to do is to give us the names of the students in their class who did the most to raise the self-esteem of those around them, which were the most helpful to others. So, and then again, these students do not know who they are yet. From Mrs. DeMattis' class, will Elizabeth Thomas please come forward? And from Mr. Nightingale's class, Ambrosia Klein.
And from Mrs. Bovey's class, Jeff Klein. From Mrs. Ball's room, Tim Skinner. From Mr. Worcester's room, Michelle Guy. And from Border City, Greg Jodier.
Thank you.
Okay, I'd like to congratulate all our award winners this afternoon. I do have to make a quick announcement. I was advised that it's time to dismiss the fourth graders. Sorry, I tried to keep you here. I know you don't want to go back to the classroom, but I'm not principal.
Jackie Woodrow, Callie Braun, Caitlin Galba, Michaela Gant, Michael Goodman, Christopher Gould,
Yay, Christopher!
Jessica Hussey, Melissa Kaiser, Andrew Capser, Eric Kinney, Mark Mitchell, the one whose name I love to say the most, Sarah Monteglione. The last one,
Your shirt almost touches the ground.
John Molina, Zachary Ramirez, and Zachary apologizes because it says ARY in the program, we know it's ZACHERY. We're sorry about that, Zach. Michael Rickerson, Kayla Shattuck, Timothy Skinner, Zachary Smith, Zachary Sullivan, and Melissa Van Zyl. This is Malcolm Bryant. Thanks, guys.